Hello everyone, I'm Dragons After Dark, and today we are going to take our first look at Enyobon in the new expansion, Dragonflight. You'll be fighting this NPC most likely for world quests. They are a single enemy NPC, and they can be found in the Gardens of Unity right about here. They will be kind of under a cliff, so if you're in the right spot, you might just need to jump down. They will be right next to a dragon statue. And as I said before, they are a single enemy NPC and they are a flyer. Now, the super uncomplicated way that you'll probably be able to go about this fight is to just have a couple of the Arcane Storm Mana Surge pets, like the Stormborn Whelpling and the Nexus Whelpling. You'll probably be fine just to Arcane Storm, Mana Surge. If that pet ends up dying before Enyobon, bring in the next one, Arcane Storm, Mana Surge, and you should be good to go. I do have a different setup today that is 6 rounds. It shouldn't take too terribly long, and we will go into why I chose some of those pets. For this team, we have the Scurrying Maw Rat, the Corpse Louse Larva, and the Azure Whelpling. Really, this last slot, though, will be anything with Surge of Power. I chose one of the Dragonkin because Enyobon does have Cyclone. The big thing with this pet is you're just going to be hitting it with magic attacks. It doesn't have any avoids right now, so really you're just going to be throwing magic at it. So we'll go ahead and go into the battle. As you can see, they have Bite, Wild Magic, and Cyclone. So Bite's going to be the big one here for your pets to deal with. As you can see, I do have critter pets here. However, each one should only get bitten once, and even with the crit, and this one, the first one's going to have Wild Magic on it, they should be fine to survive. What we're going to do first is we're going to Creeping Insanity. I really enjoy Creeping Insanity on the single enemy pets because you can do a lot of setup stuff with it to do a nice big hit, even though they can't take more than 35% of their health at once because they do have the boss buff. It's still a nice big hit that'll chunk the health down. And after Creeping Insanity, I'm going to hit Corpse Explosion because we are going to get bitten here. And as you can see, it does 586, even with a crit, not going to be enough to completely take out the Scurrying Maw Rat. So at this point, I believe they Cyclone, and we're going to Ravage Strike. And then even if we take a Cyclone hit, and even with the Rabies 25% additional damage that they're going to be doing to us, we are not going to take more than we can handle here for their next bite. So even if Cyclone crit and Enyobon crit there, you're still going to be able to burst. And then they just have 121. You could probably pass here. We are just going to go ahead and hit Surge of Power. And that's it. 5 rounds. I think I said 6, but it's actually 5. 5 rounds and you're done. I think 6 is closer to what you're going to see with the Nexus Whelpling and Stormborn Whelpling, or double Nexus Whelpling if you have 2 of them. You're going to see closer to... it'd probably be 5 or 6. It's going to depend on your Mana Surge rolls there, just because Mana Surge does have varying damage, which can vary the number of rounds you're going to see. But that's probably going to be the go-to for that one when Zufus uploads strategies for these pets, that if no one else puts it up, because I know there's a few other pet battlers on the alpha, if no one else has that up within the first few days of this pet being added to the website, that will be a strategy I'll add. So I'll probably add this one, the one I just showed you, and then the Nexus Whelp, Stormborn. But really, this pet isn't doing a whole lot of damage. So you're likely going to be fine just throwing whatever magic pets you have at it. It's a really simple fight. Same with the other single enemy fights we've seen. They're not complicated. They're going to be really great for people who don't pet battle a whole lot to be able to come in and do these world quests super easy. All of these are also scaling, so we don't have to worry about, well, my Nexus whelp, I just caught it and it's a 23 or whatever, because I think that's what it gets reduced down to, because they're probably level 25 out in Northrend. Drops down to 23 when you capture it. So even if someone went out and captured like 3, like a green, a gray, and a white Nexus, well, they could probably throw all 3 of those at this pet and they'd be just fine. It's not going to do as much damage if they're rare in 25, but it's going to simplify things for people coming in to do these world quests, which makes me kind of hopeful that they're going to tie more than just pet rewards to them. Like maybe reputation, something like that. I know they've done that in the past, but to be fair to some of the past battles that we've done, those were a little more complicated. Like when you think of the Oldham and Nazjatar pets, those ones took not like a whole lot of thinking for all of them, but, or the Veil of Eternal Blossoms, that one as well. But they did take a little strategizing around certain things. These ones seem a lot simpler. That, like I said, that makes me hopeful that we're gonna see some decent rewards tied to these pets outside of just pet rewards. But that's gonna be it for me today. I really hope you enjoyed your first look at Enyobon in the Dragonflight beta. I might have said alpha earlier, I meant beta. And yeah, what do you think of some of the fights so far? Are they too simple for you, or do you agree with me that they're going to be great for something to just come in and get through as a world quest? Would you like to see them as part of an achievement set, like maybe a family familiar achievement? Even though I don't think that's going to be that difficult to complete, even if they did family fights against the single enemy pets. The only one that might worry me would be Swag, and that's just because they have a whole lot of health. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that, so go ahead and post that in the comments below. Also, if you have any other videos you'd like to see me do on any other pet topics, you can also post those suggestions below. Until then, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day or night, depending on where you are in the world, and until next time everyone, happy battling!